Welcome to the TrendCaps channel. Subscribe to the channel so we can provide more. The movie talks about a sick professor who acts strangely with his students at the end of his life. Let us know the story together. In the beginning, we introduced to Richard Brown, an English professor at a New England college, is in the office of his doctor and is told that he has advanced stage 4 cancer of his lungs, which has spread throughout his body and is terminal. His life expectancy is set by the doctor as being 6 months without treatment, which might be extended to 12 to 18 months with cancer treatment. Richard is devastated by the news and walks through town and into a pond fully clothed upon arrival at home for dinner. Richard decides to tell his wife Veronica and only child Olivia of the bad news, but his daughter announces that she is a lesbian. Richard is relieved as he thought it was something bad, but Veronica dismisses her daughter as going through a phase, which causes Olivia to storm out. Veronica confronts Richard with the fact that she is having an affair with Henry Wright, the dean of the college where Richard works. He accuses her of having no taste. Richard does not break the news when Veronica asks him what he was going to say. He says that he was concerned that he had overcooked the steaks. Next day, Richard starts weeding out the students whom he feels are not truly dedicated to English and reading. He offers everyone a C if they walk out the class as being of no interest to them. He suggests they each read a book and then present a lesson on why the book is important. Anyone who doesn't want to do that should walk and they'll still get a C. Richard is left with a small core group of students. He dismisses them, saying he is going on a 72-hour bender, and if anyone knows where to get marijuana, send them to his office. At home, Richard and his wife agree to live their lives as they please, but discreetly to spare their daughter. Veronica asks to try his drugs, thinking they are recreational prescription drugs rather than cancer medication. Olivia comes in with her girlfriend and is embarrassed to find both parents drunk and high. Richard asks his friend Peter Matthew, who happens to be his department's chairman, to arrange for an immediate sabbatical. Peter tells him that it is impossible on such short notice, but Richard presses him. Finally, Richard tells him that he is dying of cancer. Peter says he will try his best to get him the time off work. Richard vents frustration to his students and encourages them not to fall into the traps that he has. The students are highly responsive, with one of the students, Danny, later offering Richard some pop brownies and a sexual tryst in Richard's office. Peter persuades Richard to go to a therapeutic group for people with terminal cancer, but Richard walks out, calling it a circle jerk and wishing everyone well with their impending deaths. The two end up in a bar where CLA, one of his students, arrives. She tells them she is the dean's niece. Peter goes home drunk, but Richard stays with Claire and tells her he has cancer. She invites him to slow dance with her. Richard's reliance on alcohol and recreational drugs becomes progressively worse. In one instance, he passes out and needs to be hospitalized because of his extreme intoxication. He is told to go to Henry's office, presumably for a verbal warning about his behavior on campus, but he gets one over on Henry by saying he knows about his affair and that he has broken faculty rules by giving Veronica college funds for her sculptures. Soon afterwards, Richard is told he will get his sabbatical at a final seminar. Claire observes from her reading that love is a way to try and know another person. Richard likes this and gives his final words and grades to his students. He stresses the importance of seizing one's own existence, acknowledging the fact that we are all going to die, and appreciating the little time we have left. I'm Rich. At a faculty dinner, Richard is seated at a table at the back of the room, separate from his wife. Richard eloquently berates the dean, tells his wife that for what it's worth he loves her, and announces to the whole faculty and families that he is dying, which mildly surprises his wife and the other guests. At home, Olivia comes in crying since her girlfriend has cheated on her with a boy. Richard comforts her and tells her that he is proud of her, then says he is dying. He decides to leave home and family for his sabbatical. In the final scene, Richard comes across a fork in the road, but decides to take neither and creates an alternative, driving on across a field into the night with his dog by his side. And here's the end. Subscribe for more movies like this.